So, welcome back, guys. Today we are reviewing Mid R9. Once again, is our most expensive review to date. He's coming in at around 5 million coins on Xbox, which is what we reviewed him on. And Sam, take it away.
Yeah, man, it's a bit different this time. We've all had a good chance to use him. Jack's, it's obviously we've used him on Jack's account, so Jack's actually used him for a full weekend league. I've used him for a good amount of friendlies, so I've got a good idea, and it's the same for Rob. So the first thing that comes to mind, looking at the card's stats and how big he is in game, he's an absolute chonk. And he only has 87 agility, 81 balance. So some people might look at it and think it's got the potential to feel clunky. How do we think he felt?
So, I think if you told me, I didn't actually know his agility and balance before I used him, and when you told me that, I didn't really believe it. He doesn't feel like that at all. Say if a team of season player comes out and you look at his agility and balance, you see 87, 81, you're like, could be a bit better. But when you use R9, it just doesn't feel like it at all. I'm a firm believer that most icons in the game have bullshit stats. I've got Baby Blanc and he's crazy for his stats. I just think that they do perform better. Whether it's just something about their card or whatever, I don't know what it is, but that's what I think.
Absolutely, I agree. I think this card is weirdly maneuverable for being such a big man. I agree with Rob. It's the icon. It's literally just because he's an icon, he's got these stats, and they've juiced him. He is the best striker, or most maneuverable striker, I should say. Anyway, so looking at the stats on the card, I think passing's probably the weakest area of the card on paper, anyway. However, I actually find it to be really good. What did you guys think?
Yeah, I'm the same, man. Yeah, and I agree with you as well, Jack, on the last point about he's so maneuverable, and then you mix that with his actual passing that is good, a lot better than what it says on those stats. It was like I had a second cam, because I think I used your tactics. You use him as a target man, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, when he dropped into that space, you could hold it up, move him around, wait for people to run off him, and then just find him so easy. The build-up play with him was just insane.
Yeah, I totally agree. Particularly the way I play 4-2-3-1 is sort of interchanging with cam and striker. So they're not really sticking in position, just 1-2 in, and then whichever one finds open space gets through. So I think you had Neymar account, I believe, that we used.
I did, yeah.
And I thought they worked great. Well, great together. I think R9 only 80 passing. I don't think
it's a lie.
Yeah, it is a lie.
Yeah, more
I think it's
icon
absolutely
rubbish.
Fine. Yeah. And then partnering that with Neymar as well, with daft passing, I think they work great together. So I think most people that are watching this, will probably have quite a bit of money, so they're probably looking at your R9s, your Sabios, team of the season players, your team of the season Ronaldo that we reviewed. So I think the main question I want to ask is, does he compare well to the team of the season cards, and particularly how's his shooting compared to them? Is it better? Is it worse? What do you think?
For me personally, best striker I've used. There was nothing wrong. Finishing inside the box and his ability to link up with people in and around the box was just out of this world. Shooting wise, like I said, his actual finishing, to turn and just finish nicely, was the best I've used. But if I think back to Mbappe just had a bit of zip that seemed to be missing for me on some of the shots. I don't know, just something that wasn't quite there with the longer shots. But you don't need them because you get him into the box and he just scores from there. It's so easy to get him into the box.
So I'm just gonna agree with most things that Sam said, but then I think the reason as to why you don't need to feel the zippiness in his shots is that his accuracy with his shooting is better than any other player I have used. Bear in mind that the guys have used R9 for a few games in friendlies, but I've played a full weekend league with Mbappe and CR7 and R9 and all them. He is the best striker in Ultimate Team. Obviously there's his moments, but there's about 2 people in the world that have got one of them cards. His finishing is perfect. He doesn't need this, he doesn't need the power in the shots, like I say, because his placement's that good. His left-footed shots are amazing. You can see from the clips that it's not just his shooting though that sets him apart. It's his strength. It's the fact that he can dribble. He can add to the play. I think normally after we've done these reviews, I'll think, do I want this guy in my final team? And usually I'll say no, and I end up selling him like I have done, with CR7 and Mbappe. But this time I think, touch wood anyway, unless we do some fun reviews for Summer Heat, R9 will be my striker, because I do believe that he's got everything that you need in a striker.
Yeah, man, I agree. Sorry to come back in a bit here. Like, do you think he's like? Can you remember a player you've ever used that's so easy to get onto the shooting chance?
No, I'd say the only player that I'd compare slightly with R9 is Mid Cruyff, and I haven't used Prime Cruyff. Actually, for this review, we were weighing up whether to do Moments Cruyff or this R9, and I'm really happy when we went with R9, because I think while Cruyff might be a bit more nimble on the ball, he's nowhere near as strong as R9. R9 just bullies. I mean, you saw in some of those clips, he bullied Hullet, Moments, Puyol, Team Season Diego Carlos. There were so many players that he just bullied. He just didn't care who he was against. He was amazing. Flawless, I'd say.
Yeah, man.
So I think you pretty much answered the question, but for those that watch the CR7 review and everyone knows you fell in love with him pretty much, would you say R9 is head and shoulders above, or?
Absolutely. I was happy with CR7. We were at the restaurant having a nice meal. I was in love. And then I look across the room and I see this man with an incredible haircut.
The waiter.
And I knew that he was the one for me. And I went and got what I wanted. And I'm very glad I did. So, moving into the final bit after that, we've got the chem style. We played an engine on him because even though we said that his agility and balance is pretty good, it never hurts just to give him a bit more. It doesn't need anything done to shooting at all. I'd say engine's probably the only one. Maybe if you really don't feel like he's fast enough, maybe you could go for a hunter, but I think it's a waste personally. Best position, striker, no doubt. And then links, obviously he's an icon, so it's a bit different from our other reviews. You can do anybody. Whereas for the strong links, you've got Neymar, obviously the player of the month that I've used for a long time. I highly recommend him if you've got him, or if you've got the coins maybe for the headliner one. There's Paulinho, which we've also reviewed. He was a fantastic attacking CDM. And he'd really complement R9's kind of like the playstyle that he brings to your team. And there's also Cecina, so you might have seen in a couple of the clips, I tried out that team of the season Cecina on the wing, and he was also really good for, only about 200 odd K. And overall, we're going for the rating 10. It's a perfect 10. I've got no quarrels giving him a 10 at all. I don't think there's anything. I mean, if you're being very pedantic, you could say be a bit faster, but he's not slow. I think the only player that you're going to get better than him at striker is his Moments. I truly don't believe his prime's going to be that much better because he's got worse work rates, and I think work rates are a big deal for your striker and your central players. Overall, I loved him. I've got nothing to complain about. What do you guys think?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Best striker in game.
Yeah, I've probably got about 1 million coins for sold everything, so that's just a pipe dream.
I haven't even got that. I've got less than 500. So.
What would you say for his value for coins?
Value for coins, I think we're still debating that, but I think a 7 is pretty fair because he is incredibly expensive. Yeah. You can have a lot of other players, but I think if you're really looking for that player that's going to get you a very easy, step up into that next weekend league ranking, you've got the coins, you will absolutely not regret getting mid R9.
Yeah.
And we hope you've enjoyed the review, guys.
No point being richest man in graveyard.
Exactly. What a great sign off.
See you later, guys.
We'll see you later.
See you later.
Bye.